90% of dudes rapping, they ain't nice as me. 98% ain't live the same type of life as me. The judge gave me life and then they sent me where the life is be. That level 4 with depth and vice, the type of stuff they like to see. Two choices, fight or flee. I refuse to die a chump. I never been a mark, but damn, it's scary when that riot jump. I seen dudes cry, get pumped, and some sexually brutalized. Knew a dude who lost his life and he was only doing 5 year-long racial fights when homie all you do is ride. Lonely days and nights up in a hole causing suicide. From the moment you arrive, you see the Mexican mafia, AB skinheads with big giant swastikas, pro-black philosophers, the BGF, the Kumi, and Muslims who will murk you from the nation to the Sunni. That MS was loony, quick to ride up on they rival. Even Christians went to church, hide knives up in they Bible. Political and tribal, the Crips and Damus, the Long Beach, the Hubs and the Dubs and the Grooves, the IE, the Bakersfield, the Dago Pyrus, the hustlers quick to roll, the gangsters don't move, whatever click you choose.
I'm not gonna say this person's name. He pulls me to the side and he's like, "Hey man, you know, he's like, I know what you did." And I'm like, "Know what I did?" He's like, "Yeah, I know what you did, man." Like, but hey, he's like, "Shh, don't tell nobody." I said, "Oh, that was bad?" He's like, "Yeah, that was bad. Don't do that again." I said, "Oh, okay, I won't do it again."
And so when he says, "I know what you did," he's basically talking about how you went to prison and you was hanging with the brothers.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And do you have any idea how he found out? Maybe he knew somebody in prison, or
have no idea. Have no idea.
Right.
Didn't bother to ask him. Didn't bother to ask him.
Was he a close friend of yours from Longos?
Most definitely. Most definitely. Right. Very, very close friend. Very close friend.
Okay.
Very close.
So what happened? Did you end up hanging? Did you end up going back to prison again, or what happened?
Yeah, I ended up going back to prison. I stayed out for a few years and I ended up going back again. And this time when I went in off of the top, I hung with the blacks off the top. Even though I know he told me don't do that no more, I still hang with the blacks off the top.
So now when you got out of CMC and you stayed out the 2 years, are you right back, you know, with the activities? You hanging with the Longos, you functioning basically on a day-to-day basis and putting work in and stuff like that?
Most definitely. With the East Side Longos. Most definitely. Yeah.
So when you go back this next time, how much time do you go with? This
time I got 2 years.
So when you go back on the second time, how much time do you go back with?
2 years. I had 2 years. I had 2 years. Well, I had 4.5 years to do, which, you know, they was doing halftime back then. So I did a little bit over 2 years.
Right. And so what prison do you get sent to on the second sentence?
Went through Chino and then landed in Susanville.
And around what year is this time?
Around 91, 92.
And so describe the racial politics at that time in prison.
It was very racial. Susanville was a really mind opener for me. I was in several riots there with the Hispanics, with the whites. Even had riots with the Bloods. It was just real wild.
And so I've always heard that Susanville is an extremely racist prison in terms of where it's located at, and especially in terms of the administration and the guards that work there. Did you get that feeling?
Most definitely. Most definitely.
And so
very racial.
How long were you at Susanville before you got involved in your first riot?
Let's say 2 months, maybe about 2 months.
And if you can recall, who was that riot against?
The whites.
And so, while you're doing time at Susanville, once again, now you're back hanging with the brothers.
Yes.
So were you actually claiming the CRIP gang, or just saying I'm from Long Beach?
No, just claiming Long Beach.
And so on this sentence, did you encounter any Hispanics from Longo who knew you? Yes. And so how did that go?
Okay, Susanville is split up in 3 yards. You got a 1 yard, you got a 2 yard, then you got a level 3 yard. The 1 and 2 yard is separated by just a gate. It's just a gate. So one day I'm walking the track and I hear somebody calling me, and I look up and I see, I'm not gonna say his name. I see such and such, but I'm trying to ignore him. You know, I'm trying like I don't hear him. So he just yelled my name real loud. So finally I do like that to him, like, what's up? He tell me to come here. So I goes over to where he's at, and he just get right to the biscuits and gravy. He say, hey, who you hanging with? So I'm playing dumb, you know. I'm like, huh? What you mean? He's like, who you hanging with in here? I say, who I'm hanging with? He's like, yeah. Thought about it for a second. Fuck it. I say, I'm hanging with the blacks, Crips. He says, ah. He says, all right. And he walks off. I say, damn, the cat's out the bag now.
Right.
The gig is up. The gig is up. The gig is up. So when he do that, like I say, the first time and the second time, they pushing me to join the blacks, you know, as far as the game.
Right.
They pushing me. So when that happens, I say, man, this dude gonna get out and he gonna tell every goddamn body. So it's basically over with, you know. So now I'm at a standing point to where, well, what you gonna do, man? You gonna be neutral, which I could have been. I could have just stayed, you know, took care of whatever they're gonna give me, and if I live through it, which I didn't think I was gonna live through it, but if I live through it, then I'll just be myself. But for some reason, I wanted to belong to something. So what I did was I go back to the blacks, which is the Long Beach car, the Insane Crips to be exact. And I say, hey, y'all still need to be from Insane Crip? Yeah. I say, well, you know what? I've been thinking about it, and I'm gonna go ahead and join y'all. Great. Say, we put you on right now. I said, oh, no. I know about that old trick. You know, I get put on while I'm in the penitentiary and go to another prison or get out, and don't nobody respect that shit. So I said, no. I said, so what I'm gonna do when I get out, I'm gonna get put on. Right. So of course I know they feel like I'm lying or whatnot, but you know, I kept it 100.
And so let me ask you, because you had said up until the point you had went to prison, you primarily hung with Hispanics and stuff like that. So now that you're in prison, you're hanging, you're functioning with the blacks, you get a chance to see how they operate. What was that experience like, and what, if any, type of thoughts that you get from it?
I felt everybody was against them. Everybody hated the blacks. Everybody. And they got heat and funk from everybody. And I couldn't understand that.
But okay, but also, you know, just by you now dealing with blacks in a way that you hadn't done, what was your experience like? Did that make you feel, okay, this is where I should have been the whole time? Did it make you feel I don't want to be with these dudes? What experiences did you get from, you know, starting to hang with the blacks? I fell
in love with my people, and I felt this is where I belong. I felt this is where I belong. I felt out of place because I talk different from everybody. My Spanish is very good. Street Spanish, that is. It's very good. I speak it fluently. And I felt out of place because it would always come out, you know. And but they you know, they tease me about it here and there, but you know, as a whole, they accepted me. And I fell in love with them.
Right.
I fell in love with my people.
Right.
I fell in love with my people.
And
I didn't like how they was getting treated. You know, being from both sides, I got to see two different sides of the story. And yeah, it just blew my mind how my people got treated. And everybody hated them.
Was the feeling of camaraderie, if any, was it different from what you felt when you was dealing with the Hispanics and then when you started dealing with the blacks? Or I mean, was the gang love the same on both sides? Or
to be truthful with you, I kind of think I know what you mean. So I'm gonna say it like this: to be truthful with you, no disrespects to the blacks, no disrespects to the Hispanics. maybe I shouldn't even say this, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I felt more loved when I was with the Mexicans. With the blacks, it's an individual thing.
Right.
What I mean by that is, now maybe it was just me because where I came from, maybe it was just me. So I'm gonna say it like that. Maybe it was just me that got treated in that form of fashion, but I felt like the love wasn't tight.
Right. So basically you're saying dealing with the blacks, certain blacks you felt had love for you, but when you was dealing with the Hispanics, everybody's love, I guess, was or genuine, excuse me, for the whole entire collective.
Right. Yeah.
And so once you got out, were you determined to join the Insane Crips or?
Yes. And I knew right where to go.
And so
I knew right where to go.
How long after you got released from prison the second time did you actually go and get put on Insane Crip?
Maybe about 15 days. It was shortly after. I knew right where to go, and I stayed right around the corner from where they was at.
And so what was that process like? You went, you explained to them that I've been, running with the Hispanics. I'm from Eastside Longos, but I now
they already knew all that. They knew all that. I knew all of them. I used to fight a lot of them, in junior high and high school. I used to fight a whole lot of them. So they already knew all that. So what happened was when I went over there, I basically told them not the truth of what happened, how I got caught playing this little game. I just told them, I made a decision, I want to join y'all, and I've been in prison riding with y'all, and I got the name and all these names and whatnot, and they was with it. Come on with it. Jump me on in. But they asked me, they say, go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead. They asked you what?
What about Eastside Longo? And I said, that's not your problem. That's my problem. But I said, let me tell you all this, though. I'm not joining y'all to be a spy. I'm not joining y'all to give y'all no information. I'm joining y'all because I really want to be with y'all.
Right. And so what was that initiation process like joining Insane? Did you have to fight again to get put on?
Yes.
And how many people did you end up having to fight? And do you feel that some people were trying to basically were happy to put you on because of their animosity earlier? Do you think some people were willing to try to punch on you and stuff because you had been hanging with them?
Most definitely. They was can I cuss on here?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
They was fucking me up.
Right.
Fucking me up. Fucked me up horribly. Horribly. I had knots every motherfucking where.
And how long did the put on process last with the Insanes?
Seemed like forever, but it was 21 seconds.
Okay. And so now that you've joined Insane, are you just a member, or did you actually start putting work in and stuff like that too? And
oh yes, start putting in work. But it was okay. How can I explain this? It was a short. We're not gonna say happiness. It was a short turn before I had to face the fact with Eastside Longo.
Right. And so how did that go about? What happened? Because I'm sure you said the friend that you encountered who asked you who you was hanging with, he definitely came back and put the word out, or at least sent the word.
I know he did. I know he did.
Right.
I know this for a fact.
And so how long was it after you got released where you ran across some of your former homeboys from Longos?
About 2, maybe 3 months. 2 to 3 months.
How did that meeting go? What was that like?
Well, I don't want to drag it out. So I'm gonna try to shorten it up. What happened was what I'm planning on doing is doing like the other blacks. Just hey, I'm a Crip now, and I ain't a part of you no more, and I'm planning on leaving it at that. That's the honest truth. I'm planning on leaving it at that. But it didn't turn out that way. So I'm over one of their homegirls' houses, one of Eastside Longo homegirls' houses, and me and her is chilling, and basically somebody pops up, you know, and me and him get to talking, and he asked me, he's like, "Hey man, you want a beer?" You know, but he's talking to me in Spanish. Like, yeah, so me and him drinking a beer. He said, "How long you been out?" You know, and I've been out a few months and this and that. And he's like, oh, okay. So we finished the beer that he had. I'm not gonna say his name. So he's like, "Hey, you want to go to the store and get some more beer?" So I'm like, "Yeah, I go to the store to get some more beer." In my mind, I was like, "Man, you know what? I should just go and get up out of here." But I don't do it though. So we go to the store, get some more beer. And he's like, "Hey man, you wanna ride with me over here?" It's like, "Yeah, I'll ride with you over here." Now, dealing with Hispanics, this is what let me know something is going wrong. It's because as he walks up, Hispanics shake hands off the top, no matter what. He never do that. He never does that. So I know something is up. So we end up going to get the beer, and then we end up going to get to the place where he wants to take me to, which I ain't gonna say. But he stops around the corner. He said, "Hey, get out, wait right here for me." So when I get out of the truck, I'm saying to myself, "Man, just get on the hell up out of here." But I don't do it. I don't do it. I'll wait until he comes back. So when he come back, hop in the truck with him, and we go around to a certain location, and we go driving down a dark alley. I was like, "Damn, he gonna do it himself," but he don't. So we pull up, get out of the truck, and we goes towards this backyard. And when he opens the gate, I steps in front of him, and as I steps in front of him, it's like 100 East Side Longos standing in the yard, and they all standing there looking at me like this. So he closed the gate behind me. Bam! He slammed it. I kind of jumped because I thought it was somebody shooting. Well, I turns around. So when I turns around, he says, "Where you from?" So I was like, "Oh shit! Well, you know, here it goes." So I said, "I'm from Insane CRIP." He's like, "Where you from?" I was like, "I'm from Insane CRIP." I said, "Hey, but you asking me questions. I got a question for you." I say, "Y'all gonna kill me?" Now, wait a minute. Let me say this here now before I get into that. And no means am I putting East Side Longo down. I'm not putting them down. They just gave me some love, and I respect them. I know why, but I don't know why. So anyway, I say, "I got a question for you." He said, "What's that?" I said, "Y'all gonna kill me?" He said, "No, we love you. We love you." Okay. I said, "Well, how are we gonna do it then?" And he said, "We're gonna jump you out." Okay. Now, like I said, I've been involved in jumping out of initiations, but this is tricky. Reason why I say this is tricky because now I've been in places where we jumped somebody out, but we jumped them out because they didn't want to gangbang no more. You got to think now, at this time when I'm getting jumped out, Insane East Side Longos is at war with each other. I don't know if I should have said it, but I already said it, so I can't take it back. They're at war with each other. So I was joining an enemy gang. Not joining, I was already not joining, I already got initiated into an enemy gang. So that's why I can't understand. I'm listening.
No, I said you had already joined.
Right. Okay. So that's why I can't understand on why the love like that. You know, so anyway, I ask him, I say, when he tell me jump you out, I say, "So y'all gonna rat pack me?" This is how it's supposed to go. We either kill you or we rat pack you. One of the two, no others in between. He said, "No." I said, "Well, shit, how you gonna do it?" He said, "1-on-1. Well, who gonna jump me out?" He point to him. So when he tells me him, now my instincts kick in. So I tell myself, I say, when he's jumping me out, I gotta let him do whatever the fuck he want to do to me. Right. In order to make this go clean. Because if I do anything else, this one dude who's protecting me, he's not gonna be able to protect me. Because everybody gonna do what the fuck they want to do, because they're gonna use their own train of thoughts and their own train of mind. So I got to let, basically, I gotta let this dude that jumping me out, I gotta let him fuck me up. So when he tell me him, I turn around to the dude, I say, well, what you waiting for? And I go in head first. Let him fuck me up. He dropped me on the ground. Somebody picked me up off the ground, which I know who, I'm not gonna say. He picked me up off the ground. I go in head first again. Initially 3 times, this dude fucked me up. And finally, the dude picked me up off the ground. He said, that's it. That's over with. So he tells me, come on, Wicked, let's go. So I follow him out the gate, get in his truck. No, I go to get in his truck, get in his passenger side. He didn't know, hop in the back. So I hop in the back of the truck. It's a pickup truck. I hop in the back. He drove like 4 blocks down the road, and he tells me to get out. So when I get out the truck, I go around to the driver's side to shake his hand. He looked me dead in my face. He said, fuck you. And he pulled off. And even though he said that, I know what he really meant. He really meant I broke his heart. I'm not gonna mention his name, but I broke his heart. So as you're getting whooped on by this dude, you know, he's basically putting you off. What are the other 100 or so Longo members that's there? Are they saying get him, you know, mess him up, or are they quiet? Or what do you remember? Some saying kill him, some saying fuck him up, some saying leave him alone.
Right.
Stop it, leave him alone. Stop it, leave him alone. But more saying fuck him up and kill him. So
after the guy pulls over and he lets you out of the truck and tells you, you know, basically get out of here and F you and this and that, what is your day-to-day life looking from that point forward? Are you hanging with the Insanes still?
Yeah, I'm hanging with the Insanes, but I'm kind of lost. I'm kind of lost with my train of thoughts because, you know, reality is a motherfucker, and that was it. Now I'm gonna say this here. Now I felt like I was damned if I did, and I was damned if I don't. Now, the reason why I say that is because you got to remember that I fought a whole lot of dudes from Insane back in junior high and high school. So it was points in times where I was places here and places there to where I felt like, man, I don't think this shit finna go right here. But what I mean by that is, see, it's a tricky situation. Can I trust you? It's basically where I'm at. Can I trust you? Because you know me from here.
Right.
And it was times where I felt my inner spirit felt like you need to get out of here before something go wrong.
Right.
Now, would it have went wrong? I don't know, because I'm still here. But it was times that I felt like that, where, you know what, I need to get up out of here.
And you're talking about when you was hanging with members of the Insane, right?
Correctly.
So guys that
because they always bring it up, and I'm like, man, why are you bringing it up, man? That's over with. Why you steady bringing it up? Oh, you beat me so long. You beat me so long. I already know that, and you know that. So what the fuck are you bringing this up for? You trying to start some shit? Basically, yeah. Right. What are they trying to do?
And so what? How did your life proceed from that point forward?
It was just reckless. It was just reckless. It was reckless. Because I say that to say this because even though I told them from day one, I'm like, hey man, I'm not here to give up no information. I'm not here to tell you where nobody live. I'm not here to show you this. I'm not here to tell you none of that stuff. They always tried to get that up out of me. And I'm not going to do that. Even right now today, I'm 54 years old. I'm not going to do that.
And so let me ask you a question. How did your older brothers feel about you leaving prison, leaving a Hispanic gang and joining a black gang?
Well, 2 of them couldn't understand it. And my older brothers, they was like, that's why we let you do what you do. We knew eventually you'll wake up and come home.
Right.
That's what they tell me. I say, well, shit, I wasn't planning on waking up. I got forced into waking up. But this is what they tell me, though.
And so earlier in one of our earlier conversations, you had mentioned to me that at some point in time, you ended up being shot.
Yes.
About how much later were you shot after you were jumped out of the longos?
Very shortly, within a few months.
And do you feel that you being shot was related to you leaving the longos?
Most definitely.
And so if you can, tell us as much as possible about that day that you were shot. What were you doing and how did you get shot?
Me and my homeboy Will, we was hanging around in my house, and all that day I just had a eerie feeling, you know, like something was in the making. So the homegirl Erica, she came through for a little while. The homegirl Mickey came through for a little while, and we were supposed to meet up with the homegirl Denise and Laura, but they was out of town or somewhere, and they said we're gonna come back through a little bit later, and they never showed up. So daylight saving has started. It's November. It's the day after Thanksgiving, and we're going to take a turkey out of my mama's oven. So we walk out the front door, and as we leave out the front door, a black car pulls up. It's about maybe 4 or 5 people in the car. And I tell Will, come on, man, let's get in the wind. He's like, huh? I'm like, come on, we got to get in the wind. They finna try to get at us. So Will's like, huh? I'm like, yeah. So the reverse lights come on, and then we break and run. And we panicked, ran past my backyard, and we ended up going where my little brother was at. He wasn't there. And then we ended up going to my cousin's house, and he wasn't there. So now we're coming back to the house. And as we're going back to the house, Will walks on one side of the street. I walks on the other side of the street. Why we did that, I don't know, but we did. So when we get to the corner, all I had to do was cross the street, maybe go like 2 or 3 apartments down. I'd have been back home. But as we get to the corner, they was hiding on the side of the apartment building because they knew where I lived, which I didn't know. So they was waiting on us to come back. So when we get to the corner, they pop out on me. And he said, hey, where you from? And I just look at him in his face. As I'm looking at him, he pulls out the gun and started popping.
Wow. And so do you believe that you were shot because you were caught up in gang beef, or do you believe you were specifically targeted?
Both.
Right.
The reason why I say both is because it's a gang beef going on, but then I had the green light on me also.
Right.
I'm gonna say like this. I'm not trying to start nothing. That night in that backyard, some people said, it's okay. We won't get him now, but we're gonna get him later though.
Right.
So they waited patiently.
And so, you knowing the element of danger involved in the gang life, even though they let you leave that night, you was always on your P's and Q's. You felt eventually that they would try to get you?
Most definitely.
Right.
Most definitely.
And so how many?
Not the ones I grew up, not the ones I grew up with, not the ones I know. I felt the ones who didn't know me was going to handle their business. Right. Because to them, and no disrespect to Eastside Longo, to them I was just a mayate. The ones who didn't know me, I was just a mayate who betrayed them. That should be truthful. Right. Betrayed them.
And that's what I was going to say.
So it was more animosity towards me as anybody else, because I was there and I was a part of that and I was with them and I basically ran out on them.
Right. And so how many times were you shot?
4.
They hit you 4 times?
Correct.
Were you in fear for your life? Where were you hit at it? And did you feel that you wouldn't survive?
Hell yeah, I was scared of the motherfucker. I got hit in the stomach, the arm, the back, and the leg. When the dude shot me, I tried to run. I got maybe 1 step and I went down, face down, and I could hear him behind me just busting. Boom, 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 boom. He let loose. And I'm thinking to myself, any minute it's gonna go black any minute. They hit Will too. Will was across the street. They hit him too, but he fell on his back, face up. So he's seen everything. Will's seen everything. He's seen the dude standing over me, you know, trying to do his thing. Right.
And so what was the result of you being shot? I mean, of course you went to the hospital and stuff, but did it bring any new thoughts to your mind about gang banging, or just basically, you know, leaving one gang, going to the next? Did it you know, what all did it make you think?
I slowed down a hell of a lot. Before that incident, I really thought I was Superman. I thought that I couldn't be touched before that. And after that incident, I slowed down a whole lot as far as hanging out and running the streets. I still gang bang. I still represent Insane CRIP, but I slowed down a hell of a lot.
And you know, everybody has different ways of thinking. You know, during the course of our interview, you take me as a pretty logical individual. So
thank you.
How did you feel about being shot? Did you feel you deserved it? You had it coming? Were you angry? Did you want revenge? Did you feel it was part of the game that you played? Or what was your feelings on being shot?
I had to get what I had to get. You know, I did that. You know, like I said, they were supposed to kill me that night. So I had coming what I had coming. I just thank God I'm still here to talk about it.
Right.
You know, but I did what they call a abandoned ship. And when you abandon a ship, your consequences is death.
Right. And see, like I said, you take me as a logical individual, and so you realize certain conduct must be a certain conduct must be adhered to in this gang life, and so you knew the rules, and so you felt that by you betraying the rules, when you did get shot, it was a just punishment, and you didn't take it personal. You realized it was part of it. It came with the territory, huh?
I didn't take it personal. I didn't say, well, I'm gonna go out and put in work and start killing and all this. No, I had that coming.
Right.
I had that coming. You know, that's part of the game.
And so did being shot make you eventually want to step away from all that madness in its entirety?
Nope. Nope. In the beginning, when I was healing up, yeah. But once I healed up and all that, I slowed down. Didn't make me want to step away though. No, didn't make me do that. No, so that came along years later.
After you were shot, did you ever go back to prison again?
Yeah.
And then, so of course you were still representing Insane CRIP.
Most definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, man, it's been real interesting interviewing you, man, and I'm pretty sure my viewers will want you back, and I think we can get into some of your experiences in prison, some of the riots that you were in. Let me ask you this though: do you have a YouTube page or somewhere people can hear more stories?
Yeah. Darren Rab. I got a YouTube channel right there. I got a few videos up on there. Darren Rab. Type in Darren Rab and you can check my videos out.
Hey, and I appreciate you, man, for coming and sharing your story. Your story is a very unique story, man. And
you're welcome. Thank you.
Right. And so one last question. So at this, and I believe I know the answer to this question, I'm just going to ask though. So at this stage in your life, you hold no animosity against anybody?
No, I hold no animosity against anybody. Far as the dudes I grew up with from East Side Longo, I still love them. I still love them. You know, I put in a lot of years with them. So, you know, that's there. That's part of my life, you know, and no disrespect to my homeboys from Insane CRIP. You know, I know we had war with East Side Longo, but hey, man, I still love them dudes. You know, they was my family. They showed me a lot of love back then. You know, just like my niggas from Insane show me love. You know, I'm from both sides, so I'm very unique. I'm like nobody else. Is it more people like me out there? Yeah, it could be, but I'm the only one that I know about right now.
And
you know, I kept it 100.
Do you keep in touch with any of the black Hispanics that was from your gang?
There's only one left besides me, the ex black Mexican. There's only one left living. Yeah, I keep in touch with him. Yes.
Okay, well that's what's up, man. And like I said, I definitely appreciate you for coming on my platform, sharing your story. If you guys want me to have him back, let me know. We'll definitely get him back as long as he's willing. And hey, I appreciate it, man, and enjoy the rest of your day.
I will do. You too. Have a good day, my brother.
All right, thank you. Hey, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this interview. You already know what it is. It's your boy 16 to Life. Resume normal program.
Them crackers let me out the gate, now the pressure's on. We about to get this shit straight like a pressing comb. The wrong cat to get aggressive on. I bring the bitch up out of niggas while you think they got them dresses on. My reach long and that's the best type. To have some dirty white boys come and smoke you like a meth pipe. And leave your chest bright red like a fire truck. Kicking your mom's door at night, nigga, and tie her up. I'm wild as fuck and I'm respected by the new youth. I put this pistol in their ear like a Bluetooth. I blow their brains on their new coupe. And have red everywhere just like a function full of soup whoops. Tell your troops I deal with beef like a butcher. My 4-5 pump more guys than Ashton Kutcher. Line pusher, quick to bury your clown. Nigga, I stayed in the park like the merry-go-round. Get it?
The game greasy, bitch, the game need me. Oh, you niggas don't know my name. The game greasy, bitch, the game need me. I'm out here doing my thing. The game greasy, bitch, the game need me. I swear in my own lane. The game greasy, bitch, the game need me.